record-setting high water,
shoreline erosion,
toxic algae blooms.
The Great Lakes have issues. As journalists,
we wanted to understand the Great Lakes better, so we formed a partnership.
One of the great things about this project was its capacity. We had 10 editors, producers, reporters across all media, television, radio, digital, online, news desks, nonprofit, which makes this one of the largest environmental news desks, certainly in the Great Lakes region and in the country, nonprofit or mainstream media.
One of the interesting things is, despite the obstacles of the pandemic and the fact that few of us have actually met in person, we've become an incredibly strong team, and we see our strengths only growing as we explore all these stories that we would have had a difficult time doing alone.
I think probably the biggest advantage of the collaborative was that it enabled us to go deeper on individual stories because we weren't busy trying to duplicate each other's work.
The Great Lakes News Collaborative has done so much to expand Great Lakes Now's work, not only by broadening the number of stories we can cover through sharing the workload, but also helping us reach stories we would not have thought of or been able to cover on our own. No one collectively covers the region like this collaborative and Great Lakes Now does. The collaborative takes issues affecting individual cities and shows the way they connect and affect the whole region.
This project was just great in how much ground it covered: infrastructure, indigenous rights, extreme weather. I launched the project in February with an article on how Michigan has the potential to become a climate refuge. This article just was had an enormous reach. I've been interviewed by radio and television. I've been keynote speaker on 4 conferences, and to have that kind of reach in a project like this is just so gratifying.
The temptation of being first with daily news is you end up with the story of the day, just like all the other news media, and then you do the next story of the day. Reporters end up with little time to dig deep, and in this collaborative effort, everybody's on notice that the reporters made a commitment to spend more time on those big issues that others are not covering.
We're divvying up responsibilities, knowing that we all benefit from each of us having the time and space to do a higher quality of journalism.